It's down the road we go. Happy Thursday, 30th day of March, 2023. I'm Dan Kuntz. It's opening day of the baseball season. National holiday. Should be. Everybody should have the day off. All the games should be played in the day. Personal opinion, that's me. I don't care. It's baseball. We're back. As you know, I'm a Yankee. I make no apologies for that. Now, the Mariners are my third favorite team. It's the Yankees, and then two is blank, and then the Mariners. So I follow the Mariners. I like them. I'm just a Yankee. That's just how it is. Pretty excited about it. Yeah, and for the first time since 1968, every team in Major League Baseball will be playing on opening day. We're looking forward to that. We'll preview the Mariners and the Guardians coming up when we get to sports. I'm feeling good. I just love this day. The weather forecast is going to get quite active starting tomorrow afternoon with some significant snow in the mountain passes. Now, as you know by now, you got to have your studs off by close of business tomorrow. They may extend that because they're going to get about a foot of snow on Stevens Pass. They may change their mind on that in any event. Rather interesting weather pattern coming our way for the weekend. We'll have all the details on that, plus news. It is Thursday, Pause for Pets. We're going to revisit Opie the dog. Opie is still in dog jail, no fault of his own. Still needs a home. We'll visit with our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. It's time to talk playoff hockey. Austin Trotty, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, my guest as they get ready to take on Cranbrook. First round of the playoffs begins tomorrow in Canada, which the last I checked is to the north of us. It's 2 minutes after the hour. It is 36 degrees with a few high clouds, and here we go. Let's take our tour around the valley. Of course, we begin with our camera up at the very tip top of Wenatchee Heights. That PTZ camera is zoomed way out, getting a lot of information in there. As you can see, the sun is just kissing that little hump there. Sunrise this morning was at 6:44. Sunset tonight, 7:28. 12 hours and 34 minutes of daylight. We're gaining a little over 3 minutes of daylight a day this time of the year. Yesterday's high, 53. Normal, 57. Can't seem to get through this pattern. I did the math this morning. 24 of the last 29 days. We've had 29 days in the books so far this March. 24 of the 29 days so far in March, we've had our daily high temperature below normal. Let's go see Blag Mountain and our friend. Oh, I'm sorry, let's not visit Blag. Let's visit Cashmere. Hello, Cashmere. It's good to see you. Stein Hill in the upper right-hand corner. The enchantment's looking good. Still a little bit of snow in the Cashmere area. And the orchards are getting ready to get their job done. By the way, last year, we're talking about how cool this March has been. Last March of last year, 19 of the 29 days were above normal. We had 7 days in the 60s or in the 70s. In March of last year, we haven't even gotten to 60 yet this year, and we didn't yesterday either, and I don't think we're going to today. Now we're going to head up to Blag Mountain. There we go. Great view there. Stunning, spectacular view. Blag Mountain is high above Peshastin, and I think Uriah has that pointed almost due north. Looks like it's shaking a little bit as well. Well, it's an exposed ridge. Having that thing shake is certainly normal. And we haven't done the Navarre camera in quite a while. Let's take out the highway. That's down there somewhere. There it is, a little piece of it. That's, of course, the little cutoff. You get to you're on Highway 97A, you're heading up towards Chelan. What road are you going to take to get to Chelan? Well, that's the alternative route that will dump you off at the state park. The lower Navarre camera checks in. We haven't done that in a while. All right. A winter storm watch has been issued for far western Chelan County. This doesn't happen too often this time of the year. It's a pretty active system. It's going to move into the region late Friday afternoon. Heavy snow to the mountain passes. Again, they may extend that deadline for you folks who need to head into the mountain passes. So winter storm watch in effect for western Chelan County late Friday afternoon all the way through Sunday afternoon. Stevens Pass could get 18 to 24 inches of snow, and there's going to be quite a bit of snow, as you can see in the Idaho Panhandle as well. No snow for the Wenatchee Valley, but it's going to be very active indeed. So get ready for some winter travel conditions if you're heading into the mountain passes. And here we are 2 days away from April. Again, it happens. From the National Weather Service, here is your forecast. Mostly sunny today, high near 59. That would be above normal. Our normal high is 57, but we still have not hit 60 degrees yet this year. A little breezy at times, nothing we can't handle. Clear tonight, 35 for the overnight low. Most of Friday it looks good, and then when we get to about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, The clouds are going to start increasing. They're going to be thickening up. The chance of rain will increase, but not really by much. The rain is expected to be overnight Friday night into Saturday, and we're only going to get to 53. Things are going to be very active Friday night. It is going to rain. The snow level is going to drop down to 2,400 feet in the wee small hours. That's why the mountains are going to get all that snow. We're going to get down to 37 degrees, and we will have rain Friday night into Saturday. Saturday, it's going to be a fairly wet one. A little bit of rain, could even see some light snow. Snow level is going to be at 1,700 feet. We're going to see some sun breaks. It's going to be windy. We get it all. Wind, sun, rain, maybe even some light snow on Saturday, and below normal temperatures, high of only 51. Snow level on Saturday night is going to be 1,000 feet, but it doesn't look like we're going to get anything on Saturday night. Going to be windy Saturday night, and a little breezy on Sunday too. Still cool Sunday, partly sunny, high of 50, and this unsettled weather really continues right through most of next week. We will finally have dry and seasonable temperatures by the time we get to Wednesday. But again, starting Friday, late afternoon, early evening, going all the way through Monday night, things are going to get a little on the cattywampus side. So be forewarned for some significantly unsettled weather coming your way. 6 minutes after the hour, going to take a break and have your headlines. When we come back, you watch Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel. When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
We have a few high clouds. It's 36 degrees. Pretty good dose of sunshine today. Highs in the upper 50s most of Friday. Looks pretty good. Things get active late Friday afternoon with overnight rain Friday night into Saturday. Cool and unsettled weather for the first couple of days of April. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A police standoff with a barricaded suspect on Chumstick Highway ended early yesterday with reports of shots being fired by both the subject and law enforcement. Now, one man is in custody, and Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison says the tactical response to the incident will be reviewed by an outside investigative team. Situation began about 7 a.m. Tuesday. That's when deputies were called to the area of Chumstick Highway and Mary Canyon Road. Authorities say that Abel Wilkes was reported to have, quote, flipped out, end quote, and was shooting firearms at his residence. After allegedly pointing a rifle at a neighbor who had confronted Wilkes, the incident escalated to involve the East Cascades Regional SWAT Team. That includes officers from 5 Wenatchee Valley police agencies. During the standoff, a SWAT team member discharged his weapon, and reports say that evidence points to Wilkes also firing a gun. Wilkes was eventually arrested around 5 yesterday morning, booked into the Chelan County Jail on charges of second-degree assault. The SWAT officer who fired his weapon is now on administrative leave. Captain Mike Williams with the Central Basin Investigation Team said in a press release late yesterday afternoon that the CBIT, which is based in Moses Lake and is composed of Grant, Kittitas, and Adams County police investigators, will review the incident. We'll have more on this, obviously, tonight at 5 o'clock. Congresswoman Kim Schreier is going to stop by our little hamlet of Wenatchee come Monday. It's all part of her Farm Bill listening tour. She'll be joined by local leaders, including April Clayton, who's the president of the Chelan-Douglas Farm Bureau, and Northwest Horticultural Council President Mark Powers. Schreier announced earlier this month that she will be holding listening sessions throughout the 8th District as this year's Farm Bill is being finalized. Schreier, who was also recently named the chair of the new Democrat Coalition's Farm Bill Task Force, will also tour Crunch Pack. During her visit, the session will be held at the Washington State Apple Commission offices on Euclid Avenue, beginning at 11 a.m. on Monday. Mission Ridge Ski and Snowboard Resort is set for their longest season in a long time. They haven't gone this far since 96, 97. We had a lot of snow that year. The resort announced 6 additional days of operation. That makes the season a total of 135 days. They had previously announced an extended season of 129 days earlier this month. That means you can enjoy skiing or snowboarding every day through April 9th and then every Saturday and Sunday for the rest of April. And then they're going to close out the season with their Flamingo Days event on Saturday, April 29th and Sunday, April 30th. And good news for you hikers out there, the Wenatchee Foothills Trails Network is going to reopen on Saturday. That's the traditional year, every year. Of course, the trails are closed from December 1st to April 1st. So so wildlife can have some place to eat and not be bothered by us. But as the weather conditions warm up, visitors are encouraged to avoid the muddy trails until they're firm. Damage to the soft surfaces on muddy trails doesn't go away. It lasts all year. Higher elevations and north-facing aspects of Horse Lake Reserve trails may still be covered in snow or mud. If you want to check the trail conditions before you head out, you can do so by going to the Chelan-Douglas Land Trust website. That's a quick look at what's making news. At 12 minutes after the hour, we'll have another newscast for you at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. You can also watch it on our YouTube page, on our homepage, and on our Facebook page. And with the preview, the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, we will bring you our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Sunshine today and warmer with highs later on near 60, but big changes are heading our way. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have area high school baseball, softball, soccer, and tennis scores, as well as a look at how the Husky women did yesterday in the NIT basketball semifinals. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. We've gotten some pretty cool stories, significant stories, because you pointed us in the right direction, and you're more than welcome to do so. Get a hold of us. Look at the bottom of your screen. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com. Go to our Facebook page. Go to our homepage, too. Whatever it takes, we're here. Going to take a break. When we come back, have I mentioned it's opening day of the baseball season? That'll be our lead story in sports, which is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bob File Boats and Motors. Now's the time of year to upgrade your boat from a new motor, a bow mount, installing a state-of-the-art GPS fish finder, or just fixing your trailer lights. Make your appointment today. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. Spend more time on the water and less time at the shore. Get ready for summer fun now at Bob File Boats and Motors.
I chose a career at Confluence South because I wanted to help people, and I knew there would be opportunities for growth. I started as a medical assistant, but quickly advanced in my career. I received 5 promotions in only 7 years, 3 of those in management roles. Most organizations don't offer that type of growth. Now, as a career pathway coordinator, I let everyone know. Come join Confluence South. Come grow with us.
Quarter after the hour, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some, you know the whole thing. It's opening day of the baseball season. Hope springs eternal for everybody. Everybody's a 0-0. All 30 teams are even today anyway. And of course, for the Seattle Mariners, that hope is rooted in a playoff run. A season ago, the Emerald City will be buzzing tonight at T-Mobile Park. Guardians are in town. Louis Castillo, Shane Bieber, 710 Root Sports Northwest. For the Mariners, is a chance to write a new chapter.
You know, last year was a huge stepping stone. We accomplished a lot of goals that we want to achieve.
It's their 90th win of the year.
The pitch from Acevedo.
Swinging a drive deep to right field.
It's our first postseason, and we saw what it's like, and we got to feel that.
I won't forget how good the champagne in Toronto tasted. And I won't forget how we felt when we didn't win the 18-inning game.
And it's the end of the line for the Mariners. And listen to this crowd saying, "Let's go Mariners," appreciative of the magical ride.
When that game was done, we all knew we have unfinished business.
Having that hope and then having it taken away, it leaves a mark.
It serves us a motivation, and we know what we got to do to overcome that hump.
We wanted to get back for this year and do it all over again, but with a different result.
We were starved to get playoff baseball here. We got it here. Now we need to take the next step.
It's a new year.
And we're a different team. It's a whole new season.
We had a lot of good key pieces, and I think it only made our team better.
We just want to play together and compete together.
I feel like pitbulls. We're going to come right at you.
When you come to T-Mobile, it's a different energy.
It's the electric factory for a reason.
The fans are our music.
We pack out the house. Those are the best nights.
It really starts opening night. This team, hungry.
Competitors. We're goons. We're going to have that chip on our shoulders and compete every night.
Resilient. I've never been around a team that competes more.
Relentless. We just don't quit.
Redemption. We accomplished a lot, but none of us are settled with that.
It's going to be fun. We're able to be who we are.
We want to be the last team standing.
We can go against any team in the league.
Want to go take it.
It's only one team that gets to walk away holding the trophy, and we want to be that team.
I mean, the goal for 2023 is to win it all.
And it's opening day, so the legendary late Dave Niehaus welcomes baseball back to the fans and the fans back to baseball.
Someone once said, "You don't grip a baseball. A baseball grips you." It fills our days and brightens our nights. Over the course of a season and the span of a lifetime. We share hope, drama, and joy. It brings us all closer together, 9 innings at a time. It's the game we live. It's the game we love. Welcome back, baseball. Welcome back.
Mariners and Guardians. First pitch 7:10, game 1 of 162. Here we go. Speaking of baseball, 3 games yesterday were played in the world of prep baseball. 9 was wild. Bunch of 9 runs were scored. Quincy beat Omak, and the Caribou Trail League played 9-4. Davenport beat Lake Roosevelt non-league 12-9. Freitas JV beat Waterville Mansfield's varsity 9-7. Lots of baseball today at 2:30. You got Omak hosting Tenasket at 4:30. You got Elmira, Cooley, Heartline, England, Dan, and John Ford Coley will be at Omak. Okanagan will host Manson. Orville's and Brewster, and Bridgeport travels to Lake Roosevelt. And we got baseball tomorrow. First baseball broadcast of the year will be at Historic Recreation Park. West Valley Rams, Wenatchee Panthers. Eric with your play-by-play. First game of the doubleheader live on Facebook. The games will air on TV after our news at 6:30. Tenasket took care of Cascade in non-league doubleheader fast-pitch softball yesterday. They beat the Kodiaks 19-6 in the opener, 22-5 in the nightcap. Other girls fast-pitch softball action. Liberty Bell beat Chelan. Omak 10-run Quincy. Waterville Mansfield exploded for 27 runs against the Ephrata JV. They won 27-6. Softball schedule today. Tonasca travels to Omak. That'll get going at 2:30. Eastmont will host Royal at 4. Brewster welcomes Oroville at 4:30. Bridgeport travels to Lake Roosevelt, and Manson will host Okanagan. Only one prep boys soccer game yesterday. Tonasca topped Liberty Bell 3-1 on tap today in boys soccer. It's Bridgeport hosting Pateros at 4. Okanagan visits Oroville at 4:30. Brewster will host Manson. Cascade boys play at Quincy tonight at 6. And Kashmir will host Chelan. There are a couple of tennis matches of note today. Wenatchee will host Sunnyside at 3. West Valley will visit Moses Lake. Kashmir travels to Chelan. And Omak will host Oroville. The Washington women's run in the postseason came to an end last night in Kansas in the NIT semifinals. That's not a misprint. 61-35. The Huskies had just one player in double figures, and they struggled shooting all night. Huskies hit just 24% of their field goals. Washington held to 6 points in the second quarter and 8 points in the fourth. And the Husky women finished their season 19-15. And finally, Seattle Kraken back on home ice in NHL play tonight. They'll take on the Anaheim Ducks, the visitors from the South. They've had a rough go of it. As you can see, they're 23-41-10. Kraken are 40-24-8. Climate Pledge Arena. You can watch it on ESPN Plus or Hulu. If you have it, I do. But I'll be watching baseball. Sorry, Kraken. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 21 minutes after the hour, there are 7 obscure holidays that popped up on my list. I could have chosen any of them. National Take a Walk in the Park Day. Not a bad day for that before the weekend comes. National I Am in Control Day. It's National Pencil Day. It's National Turkey Neck Soup Day. It's National Virtual Vacation Day. I like the real thing. But today we celebrate our physicians. Today is National Doctors Day. It goes back to 1933 when the wife of a prominent physician in Georgia said we need to honor doctors because they're doctors. We should honor doctors. She chose March 30th because it was on March 30th in 1842 that the first surgery ever took place where the patient was asleep with ether. They used ether and knocked him out. So the first surgery with an anesthetic took place in 1842 on this date, so that's why it's National Doctors Day. There are about 750,000 doctors in this country. Doctors work long hours. The average physician works 60 hours a week. Many will work more than that. The ancient Greeks were the first people to come up with the idea of hospitals, to actually designate specific areas for sick people. It wasn't so much to take care of the sick people, it was to keep the sick people away from the healthy people. One scientific study suggests that surgeons who play video games on a regular basis have a lot fewer errors during surgery than those who don't play video games. Keeping your fingers alert is probably why. Happy National Doctors Day, always on March 30th because the internet told me so, 23 minutes after the hour. Today in history, there's the actual check. There it is, check made out to Russia. $7.2 million. Seward's Folly took place on this date, March 30th, 1867. The deal wasn't finalized. They didn't sign the papers till August, but they cut the deal. Alaska purchased from Russia by us for $7.2 million. It's a hell of a real estate deal. It comes out to about 2 cents an acre. The whole thing, all of Alaska, for a little over $7 million. Secretary of State William Seward cut the deal. That's why they called it Seward's Folly. But actually, a lot of people thought this is a great deal. What a great real estate. We did a lot of really good real estate bargains back in the day, with the Louisiana Purchase and that kind of. It was another good one. We bought Alaska. Still have it, too, 156 years ago today. The photo shoot for the most well-known album cover ever took place. Now, you're looking at that, and you go, that's not the copy of Sgt. Pepper that I have. That's one of the outtakes of the Sgt. Pepper album shoot, which took place at Chelsea Manor Studios on March 30th, 1967, 56 years ago today. The photographer, Michael Cooper, was paid a flat fee, 250 pounds. He later sued for more money. He didn't get it. The art director got paid twice that. After the photo session was done, the Beatles returned to Abbey Road Studios, and while they were still wearing their outfits, recorded the song With a Little Help from My Friends. The Sgt. Pepper photo shoot took place on this date in 1967. 42 years ago today, I remember this very well, it was a Monday, March 30th, 1981, Ronald Reagan shot outside the Hilton Hotel in Washington, D.C. by John Hinckley Jr. 3 others were also shot. Washington, D.C. policeman Thomas Delante was struck in the back of the head, in the neck area. He spent 11 days in the hospital, suffered permanent damage to his left arm and retired on disability. Tim McCarthy was a Secret Service agent, became the first Secret Service agent ever to take a bullet intended for the president. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He had desk duty that day, but one of Reagan's personal guards called in sick, and so they flipped a coin, and Tim McCarthy lost. So he had to go on duty to protect the president, got shot. He eventually recovered and went back to work. And of course, Press Secretary James Brady was struck in the head, suffered permanent brain damage, would die from his injuries in 2014. John Hinckley, found not guilty by reason of insanity. He was released from prison in September of 2016. You're going to watch the footage of the breaking news from ABC and Frank Reynolds. You'll notice how confused and frustrated they were when the news came out. Take a look.
And shots were fired, apparently at President Reagan as he was coming out of the Washington Hilton Hotel this afternoon. The president was not hit. He was pushed into his limousine and immediately taken away to safety. However, 3 persons were hit. We believe they are 2 Secret Service agents and the president's press secretary, James Brady. And we do not know the condition of any of the men. At least 3 men were lying on the ground, according to one dispatch that I'm reading here now, only a few feet from where the president had been standing. It was the usual scene. He came out. There was a small crowd there, as there always is when it's known that the president is about to come out of a building, as the hotel, and he came out waving and so forth, just about to get into his car, apparently, when these 4, 5, or 6 shots rang out. We now have the videotape. See the president coming out now. We just have to watch. I don't know whether we can hear this or not. There's shots. God. These are the agents immediately diving after the assailant. There are 2 or 3 people down on the ground. We understand that 1 Secret Service agent, 1, it may be another Washington policeman who was injured. I can't hear the sound on this. Can't hear the sound. We understand also that James Brady, the White House press secretary, was among those injured, wounded. He was wounded. My God. He was, the president was hit. He is in stable condition. All this information, the president was hit. He was hit in the left chest, according to this, but he is in stable condition. And the typed information I have is that he is okay.
About 12, 13 years ago, a very well-written and well-researched book came out. It's called Rawhide Down. Rawhide was Ronald Reagan's Secret Service code name. And in that book, it was revealed for the first time by the physicians who performed the surgery and those who were there on hand that Ronald Reagan very nearly died, came much closer to death than anybody really realized. Read the book, Rawhide Down. It's rather fascinating. That was on this date in 1981. And finally, 30 years ago today, this is the 30th anniversary, Charlie Brown. After 43 years of playing Little League Baseball, Charlie Brown hits a home run, and it won the game. 18,000 of the Peanut comic strips were about baseball. There's a book called Sandlot Peanuts. It's all of the baseball-related Peanuts cartoons in one big book. Congratulations, Charlie Brown. 30 years ago today, 29 minutes after the hour. This is the 170th anniversary of the birth of the great Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh. Died in obscurity by his own hand at the age of 37. It was long after Vincent van Gogh died when people finally discovered his amazing paintings. Almost every painting and artwork that he created was created in the last 2 years of his life. He created about 2,000 artworks, almost all of them in the last 2 years of his life. Vincent van Gogh, born 170 years ago today on this date in 1853. Another heavenly birthday, the great Frankie Lane. Old Leather Lungs could sing the hell out of anything he put in front of him. The great Frankie Lane, love his music. The guy could belt it. We miss Frankie Lane. He was born in the state in 1913. And 3 living legends. Warren Beatty is 86 years old today. He has a very unique claim to fame. He is the only person to be nominated for acting, directing, writing, and producing the same film, and he did it twice, for Heaven Can Wait and Reds. That's pretty impressive. Warren Beatty, 86 years old today. He's been nominated for 15 Academy Awards. The only 3-time inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A lot of people consider him the greatest guitarist ever. Certainly, I think, in the top 5. Hendrix is number 1. Don't get me going on that. Eric Clapton, 78 years old, inducted as a member of the Yardbirds, as a member of Cream, and his solo work. And happy 44th birthday to Giathali Nora Jones Shankar, whose debut album, Come Away With Me, is one of the best-selling albums ever. And it's also one of the best debut albums ever. Nora Jones is 44. Good music there. Bottom of the hour, going to take a break. Just right around the corner, we have an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. We're going to talk Wild playoff hockey with the broadcasting voice of the Wild, Austin Drawdy. That's coming up. But first things first, Opie the dog is still in dog jail. It's Pause for Pets.
Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm the Animal Behavior Coordinator here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And today with me, I have our gentle giant, Opie. Opie is a 4-year-old guy. He's just shy of 100 pounds, so he's a big fella. But he wants you to know that he is a gentle guy. He's easy to walk on leash. He's been so wonderful with all the volunteers here. In fact, he's kind of a favorite because he's such a sweetheart and he's so easy to walk on leash. He loves a little bit of playtime outside, but overall, Opie just really wants to be with his humans and seeks out his humans. He does go to playgroup. His play style is more the gentle and dainty kind of play style, so he plays with a lot of our respectful dogs. He does come out hot, but he settles in, and overall, Opie's just like such a cool dog.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and closed 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. for quiet hour. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carey here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Oh, look at this.
This would look really good in the kitchen.
Or the living room. Just look at it.
New windows are a work of art. Upgrade your home's windows and get way more cash back. Now through March 31st.
This is gonna look great in the house.
I was born after my parents moved to the United States and was raised to value hard work and great leadership. My family is proud to see me working for an organization that respects a work-life balance while being committed to providing access to education for all children in our community. It's easy to come to work every day when I feel respected, trusted, and supported, and I know that the values of North Central ESD align with my personal values.
Ever wonder how wine gets from grape to glass? Chelan Ridge Winery is one of the largest wine production facilities in the valley and is now offering tours from grape to glass. Come on up and see how platinum level wines are made and then taste them for yourself.
Behind this door is one of Wenatchee's best kept secrets. Behind this door, you'll find things you can't find anywhere else. Behind this door is the new upgraded River House Cigar Bar. More of everything you come to love. The secret's out and the door is open.
Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, we have a new executive director for the Numerica Performing Arts Center, Mr. J. Woody Lotz. Now, Mr. Lotz has been a tour manager and a producer for theaters in Seattle, and he's demonstrated remarkably good sense by moving from the West Side to Wenatchee to be Numerica's executive producer. Now, I met him recently, and I observed his passion for the arts, and particularly for our very own remarkable entertainment venue, the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Hey, so do yourself a favor, get on the PAC's mailing list and make it a point to take in some of the great entertainment that the PAC has to offer. You'll thank me. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Hi, Wenatchee Valley. It's Ben and
Eddie the Yeti.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. With Columbia Cooling and Refrigeration. Now's the time to get your fireplaces clean and serviced.
Don't forget the heat pumps and furnaces.
We just added a service electrician to our team.
Can we do panel change-outs now?
Yes, and other electrical work. We are a factory authorized Bryant dealer, whatever it takes.
Whether you're hot or cold, our service is gold.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Columbia Cooling and Refrigeration, 509-668-8108.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So relax, it's done.
At Prestige Senior Living, we celebrate life at every age. From our cognitive and fall reduction programs to our focus on life enrichment and wellness, we help our residents maintain independence while nurturing mind, body, and spirit. Residents also enjoy a wide variety of amenities and services, including restaurant quality dining, housekeeping, a full calendar of events, and so much more. To learn more or to schedule a tour, visit us at prestigecare.com or call the number on your screen. We can't wait to show you around.
Welcome back to the program. The regular season is a done deal. The marathon is over. Now we go from marathon to sprint. First 1 to 12 gets a Freddie Page, and we know what that's all about. Talk about the first round of the Wild playoffs against the Cranbrook. What's the name of that team again?
The Cranbrook Bucks.
Thank you very much. Is the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, making his first appearance, by the way, on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Welcome to the program, Austin Drawdy. How are you, my friend?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing good. Thanks for visiting with us last week. Great conversation with Bliss Littler, by the way. He gave me some insights that I didn't know. He was right, though. He said, we started out 2-8, but he said we're fine. We're going to be there. We just have to tweak that stuff, and now here we are in the playoffs.
Guys have made some adjustments through the year. They played some great hockey February and March, and hopefully there's a lot of hockey left to be played in April and maybe even May.
The Wild finished 7th in their division. That means they'll take on the second-seeded Bucks from Cranbrook. Before we get to that, when they lost on Friday, they had no chance actually to move up any further in the incredibly tight interior conference, which is just incredibly competitive. But they turned around Saturday and wrapped up the regular season with a nice victory over Trail. We're going to roll highlights of their victory over Trail. We're going to show all the goals, and Austin will walk me through what you saw Saturday night from the Crow's Nest. There you go.
Well, got off to a great start early in the game as the Wild move it from corner to corner.
This is right after they dropped the puck.
Right after they dropped the puck, threw it out high. David Hayduk sends it on net, got a tip and a tally. This is Arvega Hovsepian, but tip and tally is going to be a theme early on in the game. Arvega Hovsepian gets first goal. Wild didn't start great on Friday night, started a whole lot better on Saturday, and they lead this one 1-0. On the power play, midway through the second period, Not quite from the same spot, but Mario Gasparini back out by the blue line. Give it a ride, see what you get, and Micah Berger is there for this one. Micah's going to get the credit for this one, and it's 2-0 Wenatchee, less than 10 minutes into the contest. 2-1 going to the second period, and the Wild are going to add on from there.
Eventually, they'll add on 3 more. We'll get to that. Defensively, they look very good, by the way. There's that freak one and done goal from Trail. And these things happen in hockey, that kind of quick deal.
Power plays were good in the first period for both teams.
I thought our defense, though, looked pretty good, pretty crispy. I mean, outside of that freak goal, our defense showed their merit, I thought.
Nifty footwork from Micah Berger in front of the net. Cade Littler pulls it out in front for him. Nice spinorama before the catch and release, and Micah Berger gets the Wild in front 3-1, just 75 seconds out of the break. We go to the third period, and Trail trying to cut into the lead, take it, and run while you can. Runs it into the net, and the Smoke Eaters cut it back to a 3-2 lead. But wait, there's more for the Wild as they get on the move.
Well, there's that defense I was talking about, right? Nice steal.
There's that defense, nice steal. Best defense is a good offense. Puck is on the goal line until Kristen Kim pokes it over the goal line. They got 3 shots at it at the net. Michael Valdez had the first one. Our Vega Hovsepian had the second one. And Kristen Kim with the finish. He's one pumped up dude flying by the bench. And he's got a right to be. 4-2, Wild with the empty net. And Garrett Sidlowski, pardon me, coming through. Look out. There it goes, 5-2. Wenatchee with the win. Bask in the glory of your final junior regular season hockey game on home ice. The crowd loves him. Garrett Sidlowski, the final goal of the season for the Wenatchee Wild as we look toward the playoffs beginning on Friday.
Cranbrook is an interesting story. They kind of inherited. They're the newest team in the league. It's not us. Cranbrook joined the league, I think, the COVID year, right? Mm-hmm. The year of COVID. Cranbrook has a great facility. It's a beautiful arena. And they had a long-time junior hockey league team who just pulled up stakes and left. And all of a sudden they had this beautiful arena. You've been in it. It's outside of the Town Toyota Center and the South Okanagan Event Center.
It's
might be the best.
It's one of the top 4 or 5 arenas in the league.
So they had this beautiful arena in Cranbrook and no team to play in it. So they were brought into the league as an expansion team. And right out of the box, they've proven their merit. Most expansion teams struggled, but not Cranbrook.
Cranbrook, they've got a great market. They've got a great facility to draw to. They've built up a great organization, good coaching staff, good front office. There's a lot there to draw kids to that organization, and I think that's been a big help in getting them going right out of the gate.
And they were a big help to the Wenatchee Wild because back on November 19th, the Wenatchee Wild was starting to get a little momentum together, and we all talk about how critical it is to win games on the road, which is extraordinarily difficult to do in the BCHL. But we're going to go back to November 19th with a great Wild victory. With this victory, they had won 4 in a row. This was up in Cranbrook at that beautiful facility. I'll let you take it from here, Austin.
That is Michael Valdez jamming one in. It's just 5 minutes into the game, and the Wild lead this one 1-0. This is back in November. The Wild would end up winning 6 games in a row. This would just be the 4th of them, and the Wild are on the move in the first period. Set out front, and they're going to score on this one too to make it 2-0. Luke Weiland going to get the finish on this one as the Wild bump up their lead. Actually, I believe that's the second period. The first period was headed the other way. I don't know that they...
they never changed the clock.
I don't know that they changed it on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Banked off the end wall. Wild are going to try to poke this one back out. It's running the wrong way. Oh, it's running all the way the wrong way, and it's in the back of the net. Cranbrook cuts it to a 2-1 game.
Again, this is back on November 19th when the Wenatchee Wild were in the middle of a 6-game winning streak. We're airing this because this is the team we'll be playing over the next, hopefully, at least 4 games.
Jack Silich finishing that one off. That one would tie the game at 2-2. But that was about as good as it got for Cranbrook in this one because the Wild are going to take the lead on this one, the eventual game winner. And watch Micah Berger on this one. Gets the pass, thinking about shooting it. I'm just going to walk it in the back of the net instead. Everybody thought he was going to shoot it. I thought he was going to shoot it. I called it that way halfway through and all of a sudden realized he's just going to walk this one into the net. Micah Berger makes it 3-2, and then the Wild pick one up on the power play. Backdoor, thrown toward the net, and a goal for the Wild. This one belongs to Cade Littler, who's going to have another one coming up here in just a moment. Littler on the power play, he had 12 of those this season. And the Wild early in the third make it a 4-2 hockey game. Take another look at this one. Pass to the back door, finds a way to tunnel that one through, and the Wild make it a 2-goal game. Final minutes, net is empty. Float this one ahead. Cade Littler going to try to chase it down, and the pass across. Littler sniffs it out and stuffs it into the net to make it 5-2 by the power vested in Cade Littler. Cade Littler calls that a good goal, and that's a good wrap-up to the game for the Wild as they pick up a 3-goal victory. One of the few games between the Wenatchee Wild and the Cranbrook Bucks this year that was not a battle right down to the final seconds of the contest. Every game between the Wild and the Bucks is a battle to the very end. That was one of the few between for either side that was really decided before the final seconds of the game.
And of course, the biggest one of all was back on March 18th. This absolutely crazy game in front of 3,000 and some change at the Town Toyota Center. This was the final score. Technically, was 5-4. But that wasn't really the final score. Let's roll the highlights from what you remember. We're going straight to the shootout on this.
We're going straight to the shootout. 13-round shootout. Mario Gasparini puts that one in the back of the net. This would have been round number 12. So round number 13. Andy Vlaha waiting. I got this one covered. That one's no good. David Hayduk says, hey, if this next one's good, we're done. We can all go home.
By this point, you're getting probably a little on the tired side, aren't you? And hungry?
I'm cracking jokes at this point on the air. I actually said, bottom of the 9th round, we don't get a runner on second after this round. Walking it in, David Hayduk, finish it off. Bring the crowd to their feet. Everybody on the ice to celebrate. Please don't take out our goaltender. We're going to need him. Andy Vlaha gets back up. He's none the worse for the wear. Wild win it 5-4 in overtime. 3 goals from Cranbrook, though. A nice comeback from the Bucks to force that overtime and force that shootout. Give credit to the Bucks. They are never out of a game.
Now, Cranbrook, of course, finished second in the Interior Conference behind Penticton. I think Boston is going to finish second in the Interior Conference behind Penticton. So that means it's a 2 versus 7 matchup. We're 7, but in the regular season, we got the better of them. We won more games.
Wild won 5 out of 7 in the regular season. It's surprising to know, too, that 5 of the 7 games, as close as those games were, only 2 of them went to overtime. The first 2 games between the Bucks and the Wild to ever go to overtime, and those happened this year. But Wenatchee has found a way to win those games during the regular season, and they've all been playoff feel sort of games. Those opportunities to score are hard fought. They're tough to come by. Wenatchee's found a way to score enough of them in enough of those games to win the season series. It's only going to be tougher in the playoffs. We got to find a way to get it done and show that grit that much more.
So we played Saturday. We don't play again until this weekend, Friday and Saturday, up in Canada. So what's this week preparation like? Is it mostly just rest and get healthy? You know the team. There's not a lot of scouting you need to do. What's the front office and Clark and those guys doing to prepare the team?
The guys aren't taking the time off. They're still practicing. I think things might be a little lighter than they usually are when we're in the thick of the season. You want to keep the body healthy and keep the guys sharp, but keep them at least a little rested as you can. But the guys they're not taking the time off. They're staying out there. They're still working, and they're hustling to pick up 4 out of 7 and keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, hopefully there will not be a Game 5 because we'll sweep them all. I'm pie in the sky, but that's just the kind of guy I am. Here is the bracket for the BCHL playoffs. Again, now it's a sprint. First 1 to 12 takes home Freddie, and there is your bracket. Go ahead and preview the other matchups in the interior. We'll go ahead and start with number 1 Penticton taking on number 8 Trail.
Penticton taking on Trail. Trail gave the Wild a good battle last weekend, but Penticton 50 wins on the season. They'll be the number 1 seed all the way through. Cranbrook and Wenatchee, of course. West Kelowna takes on Vernon, a good rivalry there, right up the short drive, right up the road, so that one should be a hard-fought one. And some long road trips through the mountains for Salmon Arm as they take on Prince George. That one will be the 5-4 matchup. I got a feeling that one may be going a little while.
If you missed the previous conversations we had with Austin, the difference between 3rd and 7th
ended up being just a few points.
Just a few points. I mean, that's crazy. All of these teams are essentially even. 3 through 7, I would say.
3 through,
even 8, really.
3 through 7, 2 through 8, even. Anyone can win any of those games on any different night. You've got to bring your best every single night and be ready to go, or you could end up going from 3rd to 7th in a heartbeat.
Now, because we finished 7th, Cranbrook, of course, has home ice advantage. Let's go ahead and throw the schedule up, if you don't mind. Here's what we're looking at. Tickets are on sale right now, by the way, at the Wenatchee Wild offices, at the ticket office at the Town Toyota Center. You can go online and buy them. There is your schedule, and as you can see, after a couple of games up in Canada for Friday and Saturday, they'll be traveling, I suppose, Saturday night, resting on Sunday, a light skate around on Monday, and then we got back-to-back games on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's part of the deal. When you don't have home ice advantage, you will be playing on weekdays on your home arena.
And then the rest of the way, Friday at Cranbrook, April 7th. All of these are as necessary, if necessary. Friday, April 7th, back in Canada. Sunday, April 9th at Wenatchee. And Tuesday, April 11th at Cranbrook. One of the nice things about the playoffs for fans, though, is all the tickets for the playoffs are just $13 any seat in the arena. So if you're thinking about you're not sure where you want to sit, come to a game on Tuesday, come to a game on Wednesday. Go to the different games, try out the different seats around the arena, get the different views in the arena, and see what kind of view you like of the game, because any ticket you get is going to be the same price. It's a great chance to, number one, see the best hockey you're going to see all year, but number two, try out the arena, try out the different views, and see what you like, and come back and see us again next season.
Yeah, if you've been sitting in the proverbial end zone all year long, now you can, for just forking over $12, you can sit between the blue lines. You can sit 2 rows up or 8 rows up or whatever you want to do.
Check out some different views and see what works best for you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And also, you can also buy a complete postseason package. Any games that aren't played at the Town Toyota Center, that money goes towards a season ticket package for next year.
So if you know you're getting a season ticket for next year, get the playoff package as it is. You'll get all the playoff games taken care of. And once this thing wraps up, hopefully it doesn't wrap up for a while, and we do need to worry about it. But if it doesn't go super deep into the playoffs, that rollover you won't even have to worry. That deposit you won't even have to worry about it. That rollover will already be taken care of, and we'll just worry about the balance a little bit later on.
And since it's festival seating, for lack of a better term, for the home games, as Austin already mentioned, it's $12 for any seat in the house. When the gates open on Tuesday and Wednesday, you want to be there fairly early so you can plump your rear end down at the seat that you want.
And there's still reserved seats, but you can pick any seat that you like. Be there early, get a chance to watch the guys warm up and really settle in and get if you're new to the experience, settle in and get a feel for what it's like. All the normal light show and everything, that doesn't change. But now that the playoffs are coming up, you're coming out for the hockey, we're going to try to put on a good show for you.
And that's the most important thing. People talk about, well, geez, it's playoffs. It's playoffs. This is an entirely different level of intensity. Is that the word I would use?
It's a totally different level of intensity. It's a totally different feel. The stakes are a whole lot higher now than they have been at any point in the regular season. Like you said, it's a sprint now. It's no longer a marathon. Every game, every shift matters, even more so than in a 54-game regular season where every game matters and every shift matters. It still matters that much more right here, right now.
In a 54-game season, you're going to have your ups and your downs. You're going to get banged up a little bit. That's just the nature of the beast. But now there is no letdown.
There's no guarantee for tomorrow.
No. Oh, absolutely. Well, that's good. I'm right. There's no guarantee for tomorrow. Austin Rade. I've never heard that one. I'm going to put you on the spot, cut you loose, buddy, because we're almost out of time. What from a Wild fan perspective, what's going to be the key to beat these guys? Because we played them 7 times, beat them 5 in 5 fairly close games, or 7 fairly close games. What do we need as a hockey aficionado? What do we need to look for when they start dropping the puck on Friday night?
Got to be a detailed group. Got to have the details down. Got to be crisp. And their goaltender, Nathan Airy, he's going to Minnesota after his junior career is wrapped up. There's a reason why the number 1 team in the country wants Nathan Airy to be their goaltender in a few years. So guys have to get to the net, get some pressure on the net, stay in front, knock some pucks in past them, and can't have turnovers, can't have pucks going to nowhere or nobody. Everything has to be done with a purpose, Do it with intention, do it with confidence, and do it enough to get this group on to the next round.
And if we split up in Cranbrook, if we take either game 1 or game 2, and we come back with a 1-1 series tie, that puts us in a really good position.
A lot of times they'll say if you can win the first couple of games, you retake home ice advantage, and that's, for the very least, that's what this group will be trying to do.
It would be great if we added another Freddie, as Clarkie likes to call them, to the trophy case. The quest begins Friday night in Cranbrook again. Friday night, Saturday night in Canada, Sunday off, Monday off, Tuesday and Wednesday back here in the big city at the Town Toyota Center. Austin Droddy, it's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Go Wild.
Go Wild.
Go Wild. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back. Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and enjoy your dining experience while taking in the breathtaking views of the mountains. And you can host your next private event at Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, 2 blocks west of downtown Leavenworth. Enjoy the warm atmosphere of Crystal's event space and the enthusiasm of their staff. Not to mention their mouth-watering banquet menu, which has something to fit every group's needs. Reserve your date today.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? Open up a world of possibilities when you sell your home and make those dreams real. At ColdwellBanker.com, you can get an instant estimate on your home, compare cost of living city by city, and learn more about our revolutionary seller's assurance program. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams. At ColdwellBanker.com.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Couple of high clouds doing their thing up there, 37 degrees here in downtown Wenatchee. If you're going to travel in the mountain passes, starting tonight and going all the way through till Sunday, it's going to be unpleasant, to say the least. There's a series of systems that are going to start paying us a visit, but the strongest of this parade of systems, there's about 3 of them lined up, is actually going to come in tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And so something they don't normally do on this, the very couple last days of March, they've actually issued a winter storm watch for the far western side of Chelan County. That includes Stevens Pass. Take a look at the slide from the National Weather Service. Yeah, winter storm watch. It starts late tomorrow afternoon, goes all the way through Sunday afternoon. Look at the snow totals expected on Stevens Pass, 18 to 24 inches. Now, the deadline to get your studs off your car, off your tires anyway, is supposed to be tomorrow. They may extend that. They may extend that. They can, and they certainly have in the past. I would be surprised if they say, okay, we're going to give you the weekend too, because nobody wants to drive into those kind of conditions without studs on your tires. So yeah, get ready for some significant snow in the Cascade Passes coming up this weekend. And as I mentioned before, we're in for a series of storms starting Friday afternoon. Today looks pretty good from the National Weather Service. Here we go. High today at 59, still not to that magic 60 mark. Haven't hit 60 yet this year. Probably won't for the foreseeable future. We're going to come close, but that's going to be all. Lots of sunshine today, a little windy at times. The high 59, 35 for the overnight low tonight, still a little breezy overnight tonight. Friday, most of the day is looking good. It's Friday afternoon is when the clouds will start thickening up. The snow level will start dropping down, talking about a little bit of rain, only about 53 for the high on Friday. Our normal high this time of the year is 57, by the way. 37 for the overnight low Friday night. It's going to rain overnight Friday night into Saturday, and Saturday is everything. Rain, light snow in the foothills, windy conditions, and sun breaks. We get it all Saturday and Sunday with highs much cooler than normal. And that is it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.